One of the side effects to a massive bombing campaign or a ground invasion that you saw in Gaza or Vietnam, the side effect of a ground invasion or a bombing campaign is it solidifies the leadership you were hoping the people would rise up and topple. That's why we're not seeing the people of Iran rise up against the regime, partly because every hospital, school, and apartment building Israeli and American missiles hit, every single one of those makes the ruling regime's greatest argument that the West is evil. During a 30-minute press conference Monday night, Trump bragged that since the war began, the United States has carried out 3,000 airstrikes. He thinks that's bragging. He thinks 3,000 airstrikes is an accomplishment. 3,000 airstrikes and Iran still hasn't surrendered? What are we looking at? Well, Kier Starmer, the British Prime Minister, told us a week ago what we're looking at. He said to Parliament, regime change doesn't happen from above. You can't bomb your way into regime change. Trump is now saying everything is on the table. Mike Waltz is the American ambassador to the United Nations. He used to be Trump's national security advisor, but was fired after he created an unsecure signal group chat to monitor last March's bombing campaign in Yemen. Hard to believe it was almost a year ago. Mike Waltz, the UN ambassador, that's his job now, he told reporters that American soldiers should be ready to go into Iran to find weapons of mass destruction. It's like old times. Feels like 2003 all over again. And the smart white men are running things, so you know it's going to go well. Lindsey Graham is calling on Persian Gulf nations to commit ground troops that would go into Iran and clean up America's and Israel's mess. He said to Persian Gulf leaders, quote, "You just wait to see what comes in the next 2 weeks. We're going to blow the hell out of these people," unquote. Lindsey Graham actually thinks America doesn't need to send in ground troops because our Persian Gulf allies, who had not been consulted on any of this, we don't even have ambassadors confirmed yet for most Persian Gulf states. Lindsey Graham, in his infinite wisdom, thinks the Persian Gulf will be willing to commit their own troops to fight in Iran, even though the day after Trump promised hasn't materialized. He promised a day after, is what he promised. He promised a day after the civilian uprising in Iran. Even though that hasn't materialized, we're not seeing any hints of it. We're not seeing new pro-Western, pro-democratic leaders even trying right now to fight the Iranian regime. Now, maybe that will happen, but so far we're seeing massive protests in Iran against and for the regime. So what Persian Gulf nation is going to commit ground troops to assist some fictitious civilian army created by Donald Trump in his own fevered mind that will rise up against the Ayatollah? And of course, Lindsey Graham's fevered mind. He thinks the people are going to rise up and American troops don't have to go in there. The Persian Gulf troops will go in there. Arkansas Republican Tom Cotton chairs the Senate Intelligence Committee. He's part of the Gang of Eight. Gang of Eight is privy to special briefings from the White House on the disposition of any war. Tom Cotton saying, despite what Trump says, the president has no appetite for a large-scale ground force invasion inside Iran. Erik Prince is the founder of Blackwater, the mercenary army George W. Bush relied on in Iraq because we sent American troops in and we didn't bring back the draft. We didn't have enough soldiers. The second Donald Trump began attacking Iran, Erik Prince, the founder of Blackwater, told Steve Bannon he didn't think any of this was in America's best interests. Erik Prince said, quote, "I don't think this was in America's best interests. It's going to uncork a significant can of worms and chaos and destruction in Iran now." Erik Prince, the founder of Blackwater, telling Steve Bannon he was disappointed with Trump for attacking Iran, adding, it's a betrayal of Trump's commitment to MAGA supporters who he promised no more foreign wars. Prince said bombing Iran, thinking it will spark a regime change, is just wishful thinking. And then he said what Kier Starmer said and what I've been telling you for years. You can't win a war with just bombs. Erik Prince said, conflicts like these are ultimately solved by ground combat, boots on the ground. He said, quote, I don't think a regime has ever been changed by air power alone, unquote. Slobodan Milošević, did Clinton's bombing of Serbia topple Slobodan Milošević? It weakened him. A year later, he was toppled. Can you think of any regime change that happened because of air power? Leave a comment. I can't think of one.